bringing a UP coal train into the coal mine here, coming off the main line, entering into a side spur. Coal yard. Future plans for coal porter. Not quite off the main line here yet, so we'll go ahead and drop some of these cars off and then come back around and cut some into the other siding. Got this dead one that's over here, it's only got that one car in it. So really this level is for incoming trains from above and below, and for just this level there's kind of a lot going on in here. This is a bypass route for the other rooms, and this goes in to there to the refinery, and the bottom part is bypass from a main line that goes around the refinery and works the bottom level, the cement plant, and then drops down, which is going to be future offloading intermodal area here. And then a secondary place for not sure what yet, but there's bypass lines for the main that come back through there and then back up, and then the top track is for the bypass for on top for running trains for the main line. So maybe I'll explain it a little better some other time when I got more time. I just thought I'd shoot the coal train, bringing stuff in. Well, what it would do is it'd come stand on that line there, and it would follow on this track here, pull in here. But I'm redoing this whole thing. This was kind of a mock-up deal. I had a bunch of scraps and I wanted to see if this would work. Now that I know it's going to work, I'm going to take it and probably either put it either there in a longer corrugated shed to mimic the old building here, and then have it so it's cut out and opened up. And this actually does work. So I found took an old Caterpillar dump truck and used the gearing parts off there for up and down and opening and closing on these bins, and got these from Tractor Supply store. They work great for storage. I've been using ballast for practice testing on cars, but it's pretty cool. Got up and down and drop it after the locomotives pull through. When you need the locomotives to go through, and then I got, can't see here, got open and close for the trap, and maybe I'll do a video on that some other time also. But for now, I guess I'm gonna keep running. I'm gonna run some more trains here and testing track and checking the bugs, going over, seeing how things work. And so, yeah, it's really this level right here where all the coal cars are dedicated for the coal mine. That track comes from my staging yard, and then I got kind of like a main line a bypass route that goes right through there and continues through the other 3 rooms across the top, and just can continue to go around in circles. So while I'm over here dinking on one thing or working on something, I can mess with something else. And then down here, see, I just got this 2-lane staging track that is just for fast trains. It's a fast track running just for a bypass. Otherwise, it used to have to come through there and stay here and then connect here and go all the way around. And it would split here and go onto that track there, circle all the way back around, come back down onto that, cut through down underneath here, and it would come back on this track here and go back through down and around, and then eventually meet back up with that track there. So what I did was I cut it all out and lifted it all up and made a whole nother, put a frog turn back in the back over here, and made it so that it could just have a 2-lane and a bypass for another oncoming trains kind of in here. So if anything from over in this room here is coming, they'll be able to stop back here and wait, and the other trains can do the same thing also. But I've got really a lot of videoing for a lot of different things, so just to show, I guess, a little bit of something that nobody knows that I guess that I really have. And I build, and then I tear down, and I change, and then I change until I like it. And most of the stuff in here is I got where I like it. I might change the elevation of this bottom stuff here a little better. You know, I get trains running and where I like them and where I know. But I got a lot of elevation change in my layout, so there's always, it keeps you going. You're always don't know what to expect around the next corner, and every train's a little different. I got 60 some car trains, and then I've got a lot of 40 car trains, and I've got and then a lot of 20s and 30s. So yeah, like, even with all the bends and horseshoes and curves and everything, stuff manages to work out pretty good if you stick with the system of the layout that I've got kind of figured out. Everything seems to work out east and west, and as long as you keep on that and you don't going uphill the wrong direction with different wrong trains, it works out great. And using pushers to go up the other hills, like in here, this back line here, this actually starts the grade back up to the upper part of the layout, goes around there, goes through the lumber mill, comes back around, hooks back around, and comes back through here, and then circles back around. But again, got tons more. This is just an access hole I cut out so that I could see. I'm pretty tall, so I can see over top of everything, but when I get trains moving into the other room, kind of need to know what's going on. So I got a small inland intermodal yard, kind of, we're going to do a staging kind of type thing for containers getting brought in next to a, well, what right now is co-op, but I'm going to change all that. That thing's been moved about 50 times, and I got the rest of this track for the oncoming storage for grain for the elevator, and then storage tracks for intermodal trains, and then for loaded and empty grain trains that are coming and going. And then this other one is the bypass for going back and around, back up to, which is mainly all those trains on top is kind of the main yard. Over there in the corner, I'm going to build a big diesel engine yard / repair fueling station, and that's been moved about 40,000 times. I can never keep things in one place. I had a bunch of junky turnouts, and I would put them in just so that I could see how it was going to work, and then when I would get better ones, I'd take them back out and exchange them with what I thought was better ones, like the Walthers, but I'm not a big fan of the Walthers. I like the Picos, but as much as I got, and I've recycled a lot of my layout from my old layout at my old house, and I'm just kind of I take what I got and I use what I have, and then when I get better or new, and then I have the time for better or money for new, and then I change it. But anyways, guess that's it for now. Talk to you later.